Team, welcome back to the final update show for the 2022 Process Summer Throwdown. My name is Ed Haynes, and with me in the studio today is Mr. Alex Younger.
Hello, everybody.
Al, can you believe that it's a final week?
Yes, I can.
Me too. I had to withdraw after one.
How's the body feeling?
Better, thank you.
Yeah.
I taking the next 2 weeks off really served me well.
Deloading for the next few weeks.
For a while.
Yeah.
But want to say a massive well done to everyone who signed up, took part. Even if you didn't get to complete the Summer Throwdown, it was awesome to see over 230 people around the world take part in this year's Summer Throwdown. A massive thank you to our sponsors, Pranoia, Lyra's, Spirits, Down to Rise, Biltong Chief, Broom Blonde, Bear Bells, Nocco, Local, Clean Nutrition, and Earned Athletic Apparel. These guys are rallying together to bring together some epic goodie bags for our winners across our 3 divisions in the male and female category. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to bring this competition to you. Also want to say a massive thank you to everyone who actually paid to take part in this competition and donated. Your donations go so far to helping us create these productions, create amazing goodie bags from our sponsors, send them around the world, and to continue leveling up every competition and every media production that we do here at the Process Programming. So thank you so much, guys. We have today our official winners, and what we're going to be going through is from 3rd place to 1st place of each division. Now, when I say official, we have now sat down meticulously as a team, combed through every single YouTube video of our top 5, and we now have what we can safely say is the official winners of the 2022 Process Summer Throwdown. What we're going to do, just like we've been doing in every other week, is we're going to start with the Live division, starting with the males, followed by the females. Then we'll move into Perform, and we will finish lastly with the Compete division. There is one more special announcement though. We also do have
the big one,
which is the Spirit of the Throwdown Award, which is basically going to be awarded to someone who we feel really encompassed the spirit of competition. That is not only in terms of participation, it's also support, it's the judging, it's providing good vibes in-house and online to
a
our
whole
package
package. Really,
it's a whole package. Not necessarily got anything to do with performance whatsoever. So we will cover that at the end. So make sure you stay tuned to find out who that winner is. And they will be receiving an epic prize sponsored by Pranoia in Bali, where they will be getting a 4-day retreat. Loads of cool things included. Round trip to the airport. That shouldn't be the first thing, but it's still cool. Luxury villa, stay and amenities. You got access to all facilities, all gym classes, stand-up paddleboarding, sunset boat tours, seafood barbecues. We have 3 meals and restaurants included, 20% off all F&B food and drinks for the rest of your stay, and you also get a personal training session. And it's in Bali.
That's true.
It's in Bali.
And it's not related to performance, so you actually might be in a chance to win this.
Yeah, thank you. I put my name forward, but everyone vetoed it. Without further ado, let's get into our leaderboards. We're going to begin with the male division, going through our top 3. Al, starting in 3rd place.
In 3rd place, we've got Jonathan Cianto. 2nd place, a local CrossFitter from Coastal, Alex Swanee. He's actually not a CrossFitter, but. And then in 1st place, we've got Alex Chung. So both the Alexes taking the top 2 spots there.
Awesome. And when we look at our top 3, they really separated themselves on the leaderboard in the Live division.
Yeah.
Alex Swan, Alex Chung were amongst, in fact, all 3 of these guys were amongst the top 3 every week of the competition. I want to do a massive shout out every time though to our top 5. Georgie Mock, his first ever competition, only just started doing mixed modal fitness not very long ago. Seeing him sign up and really throw himself in these workouts was awesome. Jason Davison just returning from overseas. So we've got, out of the 5 there, we've got 4 representatives from Coastal Fitness here. We've got Mr. Jonathan Cianto. Solid performances from Riverside, one of our affiliates over in Indonesia, putting in some great performances. I will just say as well, Alex Chung, he's just joined our gym, comes from a strength and conditioning, a strongman background, and he hadn't really done ever really done a clean before. He just learnt the basics of it in a fundamental. So the fact that he was able to step into that workout, which had touch and go cleans, a light load, and then hit a 1 rep max was really, really cool. And he still hit, 86 kilograms, pretty impressive.
And his first score actually is the workout number 5. It's pretty darn impressive for somebody that learned hang power cleans not so long ago. Yeah, obviously cycled the barbell pretty comfortably.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how he develops with some good coaching and some solid programming. Great job to our Live division. Remember, 1st place for every division will be receiving a goodie bag from our sponsors. So you guys stay tuned. Let's go into our live female division. Starting in third place, Al.
In third, we've got Gemma Parrish. In second, we've got Vivian Yu. And in first place, we've got Tari.
Awesome. And epic performances. These three ladies, again, have been in the top 5 the whole competition. The female live division was actually one of our biggest divisions in terms of sign up, which is so cool. In fact, the live division was actually our biggest division across all 3 divisions, which is normally our smallest division because, especially for those in the process program, your competition isn't really something that's a part of the program. We're not necessarily catering or preparing people for comps, but it's just so cool to see these people just signing up, getting involved, having some fun, and learning a thing or two.
Jumping into the fire.
Yeah, so well done to Gemma, who represents one of our affiliates, CrossFit Raupatu. And we have Vivian Yu, one of the owners of Mobox in Macau, just opened. Cool to see her taking part, and I've been really, really impressed with her performances. I've only ever spoken to her on Zoom calls, never ever had a chance to actually see her move and train. And Tari, who was just super consistent, she is out of Tetuka, Bengkel Tetuka over in Indonesia, and she has been hanging around that top spot throughout the entire 3 weeks.
It's been pretty close between the 3 of them for most of the week as well. Most of the weeks that we've gone through.
Yeah,
as well.
Just a 2-point spread between first and second, and just a 3-point spread between second and third. Looking at Tari's performances, what we see here is that she was really consistent, as with Vivian as well, across the aerobic tests. And the kind of test that let these guys down, potentially where they lost some points, is kind of in their strength. So I'd love to see if these guys actually sign up, Vivian and Tari, in competitions in the future. Hopefully, put some work into that strength, and we can get some more balanced results across the leaderboard. We look to our third place, Gemma, who was actually pretty consistent across the board. Did really well in the strength tests. Hitting a 95 kg back squat for 5, and then a 65 kg power squat clean or power clean. Super impressive. So well done to our female live competitors, and awesome work, Tari, for wrapping up that first place. Let's move into our perform division. We're going to begin with the perform males, where we had an extremely tight race.
It was a tight race to the top on this one.
Al, take us away with our top 5. And then we'll talk about the tie breaks after.
So in 5th place, we have Samuel Ma. Tied for 3rd place, we've got Darren and Tip, 2 coastalers. Then we've got a tie for 1st place between Brendan and Mav. So we've actually got 2 ties within the top 5, which is an interesting one.
So when we have ties on the leaderboard, typically what happens in a tie break is we have to go through all the finishes over the 6 events and have a look at which athlete had, number 1, the highest finishing across the 6 events. Now, if that is even, then we go to the next tie break, which is how many of those top finishes did that individual have. So put the individual that has more top finishes versus the other will win. Yeah. If that is tied, then we go to the next best place finishes. How high was that, and how many of them were there? And we had to go into the detail on some of our divisions to actually find, who our top 3 was.
Yeah.
What I will say is that both Brendan and Mav, who finished in the top 2, were super dominant this whole competition. We look at the point spread; they both finished on 25 points, and we look at our ties for third. We got Darren and Tip with 40 points. So it was always kind of a jostling match between Mav and Brendan.
Yeah.
So without further ado, we will take you through our top 3. Al, in 3rd place.
In 3rd place, the OG, Mr. Tip.
Well done, Tip. Tip has been with us, genuinely training with Coastal Fitness and Process Programming now for good part of 10 plus years. He's now located in the US, been doing CrossFit for a really long time. So cool that he's still training in his garage, dropping into his local CrossFit gym in Connecticut, America every now and then. Tip, well done on surely what must be your first ever medal in a fitness competition.
And I think bearing in mind looking at the workouts, the reason why he pipped Daz is that 2nd row where he took a 1st place finish. So it does pay sometimes to play to your strengths if you get yourself in a tie break situation.
Then we move into 2nd place. We have
2nd place, drum roll, is Brendan.
Awesome. Brendan Maxwell, represent Lazy Lao Wai, a client of Chris Toison, one of our other competitors in the Compete division. First time he's been with us in the summer Throwdowns or on Process Programming competitions. Epic work, Brendan. Which means that our first place is
Mr. Mav.
Mav, who is one of the owners, founders, head coaches at our newest affiliate, Mobox in Macau, wrapping up first place. Awesome work, Mav. He is constantly talking about how much he's improved over the last year. Not really one with a whole bunch of competition experience under his belt. Macau's just gone through some pretty tough times and lockdowns. So to see him signing up, excelling and doing great in the competition, so proud of him. Well done, Mav.
And took 2 first place finishes within the point spread, which is why he then took that top spot. So he got first place on the first workout and then a first place on the 4th.
Awesome. So we'll now move on to our Perform Female category. Once again, we had a close tie. We did have a tie, but a close race in that top 3. Al, take us away with our 3rd place finisher.
3rd place, over in the States, Megan Tetro. 2nd place, we've got Sophie Feller. And in 1st place, we have Coco Chow, who has put in a bloody dominant performance across the weeks.
Yeah, she smashed it over 3 weeks. So what we had here, guys, was a tie once again for 2nd place. Both Megan and Sophie finish up on 28 points. In the case of a tiebreak, as explained, what we need to do is we need to look at the best finishes that these athletes put in over the 6 workouts. The tricky part, though, was that both these athletes, their best finishes was a 3rd place. So the next thing we have to do is look to see how many of those 3rd places did each athlete complete. Now, when we look at Megan, she finished with 3 3rd place finishes. When we look at Sophie, she also finished with 3 3rd place finishes. So next we move to the next tiebreak. The next tiebreak here would be after the 3rd place, what was their next best finish? And this is where Sophie pipped Megan ever so slightly by having 1 4th place finish, whereas Megan's next best finish was a 5th place. So super, super tight. And this is why tiebreaks are so important, because we have to have definitive answers on the leaderboard. So how it wraps up for our Perform Female leaderboard is in 3rd place, Megan Tetro. She is such an impressive master athlete. She has 3 kids. She competed and qualified to next stage in the CrossFit Open competition last year, the Open season, I should say. Husband to Matt Tetro, long-serving client of Coastal in the process programming.
Another OG.
Over in the US, also in Connecticut. So amazing work, Megan, finishing on the podium. Second, we got Sophie, recently transitioned over to us. Her really strong strength and conditioning background in rugby, starting to pick up skills really, really quickly. So I'm really excited to see, where her journey over next year goes. And in 1st place, Coco Chow, representing Fitness Academy. She's been super dominant throughout the 3 weeks. First, 2nd, 9th, 1st, and 4th. Well done, Coco. Exceptional work, fully deserved of that win. Let's move into our final category now, Al. We will start with our Compete males. Now, what I will say is largely unchanged in our top 3. Some shifting in orders kind of over the 3 weeks, but this is kind of how it started, and this is evidently how it ends. Now, when we do look at the point spread, the person in 1st place, with a dominant performance over the 6 weeks, finishing with 3 1st place finishes and every other event in the top 3. In the 2nd place, just 3 points behind him. And then there was a fairly big drop off, from 14 points to 30 points. So let's go through our top 3, Al, starting with 3rd place.
In 3rd place, we've got Alan Kai. 2nd place, we've got David over in Dubai. And then 1st place is myself.
Well done, Al.
Cheers, mate.
Let's talk about our 3rd place to start. Mr. Alan Kai, he is the head coach, one of the owners at Fitness Academy, just down the road from us here in Hong Kong. He's always getting involved in our competitions. Super strong athlete, but also really impressive with some of the aerobic tests as well.
Sure.
So it's cool to see that he is still continuing to get better, having been in the sport for quite a while. Mr. David Trebullo, over in Dubai, he actually follows our elite division, and would normally be, our elite program. It would normally be in the elite division. We moved into compete division just because of sign-ups, but it was really cool to see him, getting challenged on a lot of the workouts, by someone like yourself as well, who really is an elite athlete, with the years that you put into sport. Maybe a compete athlete now.
Maybe perform on a
compete now. And in 1st place, Mr. Alex Younger. Al, congratulations, my friend.
Cheers, mate.
Solid performance. Let me just ask you, how do you feel about your performances over the 3 weeks?
Yeah, a very different approach to training or competing, for myself. Really trying to look at this as a training 3 weeks versus this is my sole focus. So still trying to be able to turn up to work and be everything I need to be at work, still turn up for relationships, still turn up for socials and that sort of stuff. So it was a really interesting way to compete versus where I've competed in the past. It's been blinders on, that sort of stuff. So it's been a really fun 3 weeks versus a really stressful 3 weeks.
I would say this is the most fun I've ever seen you have in a competition. Would you say that this has changed your relationship with competing going forward?
Starting to, for sure.
Would we potentially see you competing at high level competitions again, you think?
We'll see.
We shall see. Watch this space.
Inshallah.
Let's move to our final division, the compete female division. Fairly close point spread and a new leader atop the leaderboard after this final week.
Two
Al,
big wins.
take us through our top three.
In third place, the Wolf. In second place, we've got Adele. And in first place, we've got Ellie.
So awesome. I mean, these top three have been really hanging in
Battling.
a top three the whole time.
The Wolf.
Super cool to see Isabel Wolf, jumping into that podium and staying in that podium spot. This is the first time she's really done a competition and taken it, I wouldn't say seriously, but, really committed to the whole 3 weeks. And, there's been lots of things happening outside of the competition floor, lots of stuff with work. And I'm sure you make life hard enough for her at home as well.
Damn straight.
To see her picking up the third place there and creating a fairly big separation between her and fourth place, Mahara over in New Zealand. Well done, Izzy, for wrapping up and taking that bronze medal. And then we have Adele and Ellie, who basically traded first and second spots all over the 3 weeks. But Ellie put in a massive last week of the competition, wrapping up a first place in both workout 5 and 6. And I know that Adele, she actually hit a PR in that snatch, which I know she was stoked about.
Yeah.
A lifetime PR. And she's been doing this for a while now. So cool to see that she's still getting better. But unfortunately, clutch performance from Ellie and nailing that last one. I know this was also amidst she was doing some International Functional Fitness Federation workouts and competition, and she's actually qualified in the 35 to 39 division to kind of like the next champs, the world champs within her division. So super cool that she was able to get these workouts done amidst big competition. She said she loved the workouts, had a lot of fun with it, and she was excited for these last workouts because she kind of knew they were in her wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So epic work to you three ladies, and well done, Ellie, for wrapping up that first spot. Last but not least, let's talk about our final award, which is the Spirit of the Throwdown. So as we said, the Spirit of the Throwdown is something we have at every competition that we run here, and it's awarded to the person who embodies positive spirit. They're supportive, they're kind, they represent our values here at the Process Program in Coastal. They obviously put in fantastic performances themselves.
Yeah.
And this was always a debate every year. Who takes this award? Of course, we've got loads of people online overseas who we don't get to interact with as much, which makes it a little bit harder because, of course, we are based here in Hong Kong and we see the people in our gym every day. So, there's just some notable mentions. I have to say, Mr. Chris Toison, he's like at the heart of every competition we do, gives it full effort, is always super supportive of everyone else who takes part in the competitions. Your name was definitely 100% in the hat there, Chris. But we unanimously decided here that the award would go to one of our members. She competed in the Live division. I think she wrapped up 5th place in the Live female division. Her name is Miss Natalie Corey. And, she has taken part in a few competitions recently. Yeah. She's grown and beaming in confidence. Her performance is continuing to grow.
She brings the energy when she's in the room as well.
Every class. She's always a laugh. She's like super consistent with her training. She hangs around, supports and judges everyone else. So Nat, you are fully deserved of your 4-day trip to Bali, sponsored by Pronoia. Well done. We love having you here. We love having you a part of the process. You are awesome. Al, it's been about an absolute pleasure hosting these update shows with you. It's been an absolute pleasure writing the program with you as well, and doing one of the weeks with you. And it's been great to watch you crush in the next 2 weeks.
Thank you, bud. Well done on beating me in the first week as well.
Very welcome. Team, thank you so much for being a part of the 2022 Process Program Summer Throwdown. We will see you at our next comp.